scheduling seems like it's over. You've got 4 or 5 at home to finish the season after just playing 4 or 5 away with all that congestion. Just what's the vibe like now that kind of week to week and it's getting down to it?
Yeah, it was obviously a difficult stretch there, but we're really excited to be back at home. I think there's a lot that goes into that. The ability to play in front of our fans and play the football that we want to play becomes really important. So for the final stretch here, we're happy to be able to be here for the majority of it. So I was proud of how the group handled a difficult stretch there with a lot of travel. And now it's making sure we put our heads down, we learn from the areas we need to learn, and make sure that we finish the season strong.
When you say play the way you want to play, can you expand on that a little bit? I mean, is that the surface, the size of the field,
Yeah.
all of the above? And when you come here, you train here on this field, is it the same size? Can you kind of explain?
Yeah, I think in a lot of those games that we just played, the field is much smaller. The turf is much more difficult to play with the ball on the ground the way that we want to. So, you resort to seeing teams go back and forth with the ball in the air quite a bit. And for us, there's moments to obviously do that, but we want the ball. We want the ball on the ground, and to be able to play at the rhythm that we expect to. So, when you go into those other environments with smaller fields, different surfaces, it's just a change. It's one that we have to deal with, which is why I asked before Pittsburgh that the group, if they did one thing well, it was that we fought for 90 minutes. And I asked them to do that before the game and felt they did that. So, more often than not, if we do that and we get to play our football, then we're a difficult team to beat.
Not all draws are created equally. It seemed like from the Tulsa game to the Pittsburgh game, your outlook was much different. And because of that, how did it sort of set up this week?
Yeah, there was a clear frustration after Tulsa because I didn't feel that the fight and the mentality was there, and to concede late off of a set piece, there's a lot of frustration there. You fast forward to Saturday against Pitt, and you try to make sure that at the bare minimum, as I've said, that the mentality was right, and I felt that it was. And so when we look at where we can improve this week going into Loudoun, we spoke about the mentality. We obviously went through the tactics with the group, and it's been a really good week of training. And so, I know I started with this, but we're really excited to be back here at home. It feels like it's been a while, and so the hope is that we take the lessons from the results that we weren't happy about, and we continue to improve.
Danny, the news with Niall again. I mean, how disappointed are you, and how disappointed is he with all this?
Yeah, I think, listen, he's really disappointed. We certainly are as well. Felt he'd missed some time earlier this season, due to an illness, and then to have him get back and start to get into form. And have that happen is I'm sure really frustrating for everybody. The reality is here we've continued to see that when players get injured, other guys step up, and that's what we need to continue to have happen. We feel terrible for Niall. Wish him a speedy recovery, and hope that he can do everything that he can to get back on the field soon.
Loudoun's one of those teams that feels like a long time ago that you saw them. Anything different from that first matchup that you'll be watching for, and what are sort of the challenges they present?
Yeah, they've changed their shape since then. Obviously, when Rooney came in, things changed at the first team level, and so they changed at for Loudoun. And when you look at it, it's a dangerous team. It's a team that has shown they can go on the road. They go to Memphis, get a really good result there. They have a lot of players that are young and hungry. It's certainly not a team that we're taking lightly. They play good football. And we need to make sure that we start the game the right way, with the right energy in front of the home fans, and make sure that we're on the front foot early.
And just last one, bigger picture, standings and everything. It seems like you're playing not just for a seed, but for the home field advantage during the playoffs. How much have you guys talked about that, if at all, at this point, or is it still just kind of game to game?
Yeah, we've certainly talked about it, but I think for us, it's making sure that we understand the most important result is Loudoun in the next game that's coming. And if we do the right things and take it one game at a time, then ultimately at the end of the regular season we'll be where we want to be. So I don't want the group to look too far ahead. I want to make sure that we're focused on getting a result against Loudoun. That'll be the messaging to them, because if we do those things, then ultimately, we'll be where we want to be at the end of the season.